British opposition leader Jeremy Corbyn calls Trump's "go back to your own country's" tweet racist.
Here's a summary of the article.
Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn has said tweets by Donald Trump in which he suggested 4 congresswomen of colour should go home are racist. Mr. Corbyn accused Boris Johnson and Jeremy Hunt of pandering to Trump in the hope of striking a trade deal with the US after Brexit. Mr. Trump has sparked outrage with a series of posts on Twitter in which he suggested that Congresswomen Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Ilhan Omar, Ayanna Pressley and Rashida Tlaib should go back to the totally broken and crime-infested places from which they came. Appearing together on Capitol Hill, the 4, all but one of whom were born in the United States, said Trump was trying to stir up racial division as a disruptive distraction from issues of concern to American citizens. Mr. Trump doubled down on his comments when asked if he was concerned that many people considered his tweets racist, telling reporters, "It doesn't concern me because many people agree with me. All I'm saying, they want to leave, they can leave. Now, it doesn't say leave forever. It says leave if you want." At a leadership debate hosted by The Sun and Talk Radio on Monday, Mr. Johnson branded Trump's comments totally unacceptable, saying, "If you are the leader of a great multiracial, multicultural society, you simply cannot use that kind of language about sending people back to where they came from." Pressed on whether the comments were racist, he said only, "I simply can't understand how a leader of that country can come to say it. You can take from what I said what I think about President Trump's words."
This post received a score of 3,829, with an upvote ratio of 88%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Ironically, Trump's grandfather was banned from going back to where he came from. Friedrich Trump, a German, was issued with the document in February 1905, and ordered to leave the Kingdom of Bavaria within 8 weeks as punishment for having failed to do mandatory military service and failing to give authorities notice of his departure to the U.S. when he first emigrated in 1885.
Greater than for having failed to do mandatory military service. Draft dodging runs in the family, I suppose.
Vietnam was a shitty war and conscription for it was morally wrong. I'd be fine, more than fine, it's a good thing, fuck the man, with Trump dodging the draft, except that he now wants to send other people's sons to die in another pointless destructive war.
So would I tbh? Don't get me wrong, I despise everything about him, but if he said, "I didn't want to go to Vietnam because I didn't want to die," I honestly wouldn't blame him for dodging the draft. Instead he said bone spurs and claims he would have done great in the military and would have been a general. What a fuckhead. If he calls for a draft for Iran, bet your ass in saying I have bone spurs.
I bet there would be a nationwide protest of military-aged and able persons saying they have bone spurs to mock the president and defy his war.
However true this is, the sad part is Republicans and Trump will undoubtedly call us un-American as well as arrest us for bogus treason because we don't want to die for his greedy cash grab at the war-torn Middle East.
If you tell someone of color to go back to their own country, in the UK it would absolutely be considered a racist statement. Since the 70s and probably before, "go back to your own country" has been a racist phrase thrown by racists at black people for as long as I can remember. It's tied up with even more explicit racist terms like "go back to Ongo Bongo Land." It's a mainstay of racist pub comedians for 50 years. It's heard in sitcoms, TV shows, seen in newspapers. "Go back to your own country" is absolutely racist in the UK. No discussion.
Greater than I've seen other people, specifically from the US, arguing about the semantics. I'm starting to wonder if maybe this is a cultural issue. No, it's just, the card says moops, they know exactly what it means and how it was intended, but this way they can bog everyone down by insisting there's some confusion.
Andy Harris, RMD, said that we were misinterpreting what Trump meant, which was clearly, "leave DC and go back to your districts," even though Trump said "countries" in his tweet. You can't make this shit up.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.